Alrighty, so this is not all the recipes, by the way. This is a fraction of the recipes that are in this game, or in this mod, as you can see here. Anyway, so let's start this off. First off, we have the radio collar. If I remember correctly, the radio collar, when you combine it with the compass, allows you to see where your dogs are directly. Speaking of, the canine tracker. They have changed the name. I forgot they did. As I said, I believe this pairs with the radio collar to allow you to see where your dogs are on a map. This is how you craft the radio collar. 3 iron, 1 redstone, and then 4 iron surrounding a map with the radio collar in the corner. Next up, a throwbone. Oh, sorry, the tick is frozen right now because one of the extra things that I want to show you requires the tick to be off. Let me unfreeze it real quick just so that it's not in the way. Okay, so the throw bone. You throw it, the dogs go chase it. Pretty simple. It needs four bones, 1 slime ball. Next up, the throw stick. Very similar to the throw bone. I believe they behave exactly the same. It's just preference if you have bones or sticks. Same recipe as the throw bone, just with sticks. Next up, the training treat. This is the first of many treats in the game. Basically, you use them, you feed them to your dog to gain points with the dog. Anyway, it requires string, bone, gunpowder, sugar, and rice bowl. This is the new version of the mod, so the recipes have changed a bit. I believe the Kami treat, which was once called the Ender treat, required an Eye of Ender. If I am wrong, please correct me. Anyway, this is something you find out in the wild by breaking grass, which I found out by breaking grass to make all this. But I'm not going to show any of the food recipes because it would take forever, and that, if you want to know the food recipes, I am happy to make another video. Next up in the progression, the super treat, which requires 5 of the training treats and a golden apple. And for that, you get 5 super treats. Okay? And then next up is the master treat, which requires, again, 5 super treats and a diamond. I do not know the exact number about each treat to get the dogs to the next level, but it is quite a lot. The Kami treat. This is like the max treat, the top tier, whatever, which requires 5 master treats and an end stone. Pretty simple. Next up, the breeding bone. It does what you think it does. It lets you breed your animal, or it lets you breed your pets, which requires a master treat, steak, cooked pork chop, cooked chicken, and a cooked cod. Next up, the treat bag. Pretty simply, if I can remember, I think this might still be, there we go. See? It lets you store your treats, so it makes them easier to hold around and bring to your dogs, which requires an energizer stick and 5 leather. Now, the energizer tree, which requires 2 wheat, 2 sugar in this orientation. Alright, back over here. The whistle. If I remember correctly, the whistle, let's see, other whistle modes. Yep, see? It allows you to command how all your dogs are. And this, I love. This needs to be in Minecraft. Just modern, just please. Okay, which requires 4 iron ingots and 1 redstone. Next up, the dog bed, the dog bath, and the food bowl. These 3 are the main components of this mod. They are super useful, if I'm being honest. Anyway, the food bowl. 8 iron ingots and a bowl. Pretty simple. The dog bath. 8 iron ingots and a water bucket. Again, the water bucket I don't know if you get back, but even if you don't, it's fair, because, like, water. Anyway, the dog bed. 8 of any, it requires 7 of any wood. You can use stripped wood, you can use, like, the hyphens or whatever, and 2 wool of any color. These have to be the same color, but any color. Next up, the wool collar. The wool collar. This is a pretty important part of the mod as well. It allows you to put a collar on your dog. Pretty simple. Which requires 8 string, Nice and easy. The spotted collar. These 4 collars, I believe, are just for looks and just making it different, which requires 4 white dye and 3 black dye with a wool collar and string. There is 2 recipes, as you can see here. There are 2 recipes. It just changes the orientation. You can you can replace this and you can replace those. The multicolored collar requires a wool collar, string, and these dyes. I'm not going to list them all out because you can see them. Next up, the entity dog. This is the dog plushie. It's actually quite adorable, if I'm being honest. Anyway, it requires 4 white wool, a string, a collar, a training treat, and a light gray wool. Now, why is there a torch here? Let me show you. It allows you to change its orientation. I believe this is still under development, but you can craft it. Next up, the rice mill. It does what you think. This is how you get it to start running. It's by a 1x3 pool. You can make it longer. I don't know if you can even out the water, but either way. 4 wood, 4 fence of any kind, 3 wood of any kind, cobblestone, and patty rice. Now, how do you get patty rice? Right here. So I believe right. Let me look. Crap. Gotta look at the this is not good. I am so sorry. I have completely forgotten how to get patty rice, so I gotta look. Patty rice. Here we go. Right click rice grains on farmland and let it fully grow into patty rice. So, let's go into survival. That might allow me to harvest it. There we go. See? And you get 3 patty rice. I don't know if that's consistent, but you get patty rice. Anyway. Alright. So, last but not least, the dogs themselves. Now, as you can see here, they have a lot more health than usual, which is super useful. So, take a stick. Oh, wait, what? One moment. What? Wait. One moment. What's going on? Ah. What? Wait. What? One moment. I'm actually confused now. The mod is supposed to begin as soon as you open up the, Oh! Whoa! Oh, that's new. Okay. Okay, so yeah, as you level up your dogs, they gain more health. There we go! Okay. Dog. They're 1 year. Yeah. Basically, you can change this as well. I don't quite know how, but you can change their, as you can see here, you can change their mode. So we have docile. It's standard fair dog. They listen to you, but they will not attack. Next up, wandering. So wandering, you set them to a bowl, and they will wander around that bowl instead of teleporting to you. Aggressive. They will attack anything and everything if you hit them. Berserker. They will attack anything that comes near them. B minor. I do not know what that means. Tactical, I do not quite remember what all of this means, because it's been a while, and those are new. But, so you can change, see, obey others. This is amazing, because you can get it so if your friend, like, for some reason wants to pull a prank on you, and by, like, moving your dog somewhere, they will listen to them, and it's easier to get them to stand up. Regard, okay. Support, basically this is for team stuff. Force sit, this, I do not quite remember. Cross origin teleport. Yeah, basically this makes it so if you are really far away or in a different dimension, you can see there. But yeah, you can hide armor. Yeah, look, you can change their strategies. You can make them into groups. Doggy artifacts. The artifacts is something I am not going to show because I want you to find that yourself. And then we have the skills. This is the big thing of the mod. Dog's on commie level. So this is basically, these are just what your dogs can do. This is something I highly recommend you learn yourself because this is amazing. Anyway, style. You can change what your doggo looks like. You can make him be a little goofer. I do not understand why there's so much like Japanese stuff in here now, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you can make your dogs have. Yeah, I'm not sure any about the new stuff yet. This is completely new to me, but you can change how your dog looks, and it makes them look way cooler, if I'm being honest. See? Male. Now, there is something called the gender bone. I'm not sure. Let me actually see if there's a recipe for it. Because if there is, that would be nice. Because I do not... Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. So you need the amnesia bone, which needs netherite ingot, 2 blaze rods, bone, 2 nether wart, and a soul soil. And then you need blue dye, 2 lapis, 2 amethyst shards, and a pink dye to get the gender bone, which changes the gender of your dog. And I think the particles are meant to indicate. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know about these animations. I don't like them too much, but they're kind of cute. And it changes the gender of your dog, which, if I go and grab the breeding bone... Oh, yeah, and they're following and teleporting to me right now like normal dogs because they're both indocile. So, you give them both the breeding bone. And get a baby puppy. I do not believe the mod changes puppies all too much, but I mean, they act like the normal dog, which you can. You can't give them the bones yet, which I actually prefer because it makes it harder, but you can do this, which you can still change all their mods, you can change all their stuff, talents, style, stats. Stats! This is how you can see what your dog has done. It is cool. But yeah, so this is the this is like the large part of the mod. I'm not going to be showing the food recipes. Again, if you wish to know about them, just let me know. There are all of these. I'm not sure what the orbs do, but you can get clothes. It adds a couple foods, which is really nice. And it also adds the artifacts, which I believe are something to help boost your dog. I'm not sure. But you get clothes, you get food, which, if I remember correctly, you can there's actually a potion in this called sake. I am probably butchering that, but that's stupidity for you. This gives you speed, resistance 2, haste, and strength 3 for, I believe, a minute. It's quite powerful. And one more thing about this. I realized, while making these, you can push it around, which I believe it's meant to act as another entity, but I enjoy that. Anyway, this was the Doggy Talents mod, at least the parts I remember. And yeah, so if you wish to know more about how other parts of the mod work, please let me know, or check the wiki. Bye!